All right. Okay. So let's see if we are live. Let me check it. Perfect. All right. So, hi, hello, my dear students. How are you all? I welcome you all to the very amazing platform, Unacademy. So, we are here to ace our ICSE board exams with Unacademy, and we are going to discuss some of the very important topics of your term 2 examinations. Right. So before beginning, let's know a bit about me. So I am Ritika, a chemistry educator on Unacademy. I have completed my engineering in electronics and communication, and today I will be helping you out with some of the very important topics of your term 2 exams. So kindly take your notes, take your pen and paper, and also share this video to maximum number of students so that all of you can take advantage of this amazing session. Now, before beginning, students, there's a small request. You can join my channel on Telegram to get assisted with your homework or your class notes. Okay, so this is the link that you can click on. The link is provided to you in the description box also. Okay, also you can join the official Telegram channel of Unacademy to receive all the regular updates as of all the topics that we are going to do, all the offers that we are going to have, and all the competitive exams. Okay, so kindly join the Telegram channel. And next, let us talk about Unacademy free special class. So, what is Unacademy's free special class? This is the class, first of all, which is available for you to watch for free of cost. Okay, so here you don't have to pay anything, you just need to have the Unacademy app, right? Learners app. Now here we have live time interaction, we have various chat options and various emojis. Then you can even ask the question using question tab, right? You can attach an image or you can type your question and you can ask the questions. Then you have live poll. Now what are polls? These are the questions that educators ask you and you have to select the option. So it's just a kind of MCQ, and we also have poll leaderboards so that you can compete with your friends and you can see where do you stand, what all you need to improve. Now, students, the special class timetable for the 3 days, it's very important, so kindly make it a note. So today, that is on 8 February, 4 p.m., we are going to have a very, very important session. We are going to see the a kind of review of term 1 result we are going to take, and also we are going to have our strategy, okay? So in this session, we will be covering the review of term 1 result, and then we are going to have the strategy for term 2 examinations. Okay, so that makes it a very important session. Kindly make sure to watch this session. Okay, so this session it is scheduled for today at 4 p.m. Please make it a note. Please make it a note. It is scheduled for today 4 p.m. Okay, we are going to discuss some of the very important things. Next, on 10th February at 4 p.m. we are going to cover organic compounds, and 12th February 4 p.m. we are going to have a poll war on nomenclature. So these are our basic schedule for 3 days. Kindly may take it a note. Okay, and next talking about the Unacademy features. So what is the thing that makes Unacademy so special? I'm sorry. So first of all, you can learn from the comfort of your home. Then you will be having unlimited access to all the courses that you sign up for. You will be taught by top educators of India at one very platform. Okay, then we also have regular doubt clearing session. Apart from the normal classes, we have answer writing session and the doubt clearing sessions. Your syllabus, it will be covered exhaustively. You will be under the mentorship and guidance of your tutors, of your educators, and of course you will be getting all the PDF study material in PDF format. Okay, we also have got practice test, live test series, and batch courses. And apart from these things, you will be having daily practice section, mock test, okay, live quizzes, and daily MCQ and subjective test. Sorry. Yeah. So now next, let's talk about the Unacademy pricings. So the Unacademy subscription plans are available for various duration. You have it for 3 months, 6 month, 9 month, 24, 48, 36, whatever you want to take. So you can select any duration as per your convenience, and you can use my code, that is RITIKACLIVE. Okay, so please make it a note that my code is RITIKACLIVE, and you will be getting an instant 10% discount. Okay, now let's quickly start with our chapter, our session for today, that is nomenclature. Okay, so nomenclature. What is meant by nomenclature? Now we all have our own names, and that is our identity, right? That is how people know us. Okay, now if I talk about any compound, how do we know that compound? By its name, right? So what is nomenclature? It is the system of assignment of names to organic compounds. There is a particular system that needs to be followed, right? So nomenclature is that system of assigning name to the organic compounds. Now there are two systems of nomenclature. First is the trivial system, and the second one is IUPAC system. IUPAC, it stands for International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So there are these two common systems, trivial or the common name, and IUPAC, okay, or the standard name. Now let us see what is it. Now what happened in the earlier days, things were not standardized, right? So the name of any compound, it more or less depend upon the source from which it was obtained, right? For example, if I talk about CH4, so CH4 right now we call it as methane, right? But in earlier times it was named as marsh gas. Now why it was named as marsh gas? Because we obtained it from the marshy places, right? Now if I talk about acetic acid, in the Latin it is named acetum, it is vinegar, right? So that was a common name of acetic acid. Then we have citric acid, right? Oxalic acid. So these were some of the common names of these compounds. Okay, but this system was not working quite well. So there was a need to standardize the things. Okay, so in the year 1957, the chemist of IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, they gave a standard system of nomenclature. Okay, that was the IUPAC system. Now according to this system, there were certain rules to name any organic compound. Okay, now if I go for name of any organic compound, it basically consists of three parts. First is the root word, next is the suffix, and the third one is the prefix, right? So let's start with the root word. Now root word, it is wholly dependent on how many carbon atoms are present in the longest chain that we have selected. Okay, so let's say we have we will be discussing the 10 carbon atoms, up till 10 carbon atoms. So if the longest chain, it has got one carbon atom, the root word, it becomes myth. Okay, if we are having two carbon atoms, the root word becomes ith. For three carbon atoms, we are having prop. For four carbon atoms, we are having but. For 5 carbon atoms, we are having pent. 6 carbon atoms, we use hex. For 7 carbon atoms, the root word is hept. For 8 carbon atoms, we use oct. For 9 carbon atoms, we are using non, and at the last for 10 carbon atoms, we use dec. So these are the root words of the carbon atoms from 1 to 10. Okay. Now these carbon atoms, they will be present in the longest chain that we are selecting. Right. Okay. Next is, just a minute. Yeah. Next is the suffix. Now, what is suffix? Suffix is the word which is added after the root word. So this root word, it is followed by appropriate suffix. Now, it represents the nature of bond in carbon-carbon atom. Okay. Now, for example, if the carbon-carbon bond, it is just a single bond. Okay. So it is what? It is alkane, and the suffix will be ane. Okay, so this will be our suffix. Then if carbon, they have a double bond between them, so it is alkene, and the suffix, it is ene. And thirdly, if I am having triple bond, then it is the case of alkyne, which goes for yne. Okay, so these are the suffix. Okay. Okay. For example, if I go for a single bond. Okay. Let's take the very simple example of alkene, that is CnH2n plus 2, and I will be putting n as 1. So it will be CH4. Now how is the structure formed? Now see, there are all single bonds. So how many carbon atoms are present? Meth, 1, plus it is alkane, so methane. Okay. Then if I go for a double bond, okay, so I will be taking the case of alkene having the general formula CnH2n. Okay, if my n is equal to 2, so what will be H equal to C2H4. So the structure, it will be double bond, and then we will be having 4 hydrogen. Now see, how many carbon are present over here in this structure? There are 2. So for 2, our root word is what? Eth, ETH, and for double bond, the suffix is ene. So it is named as ethene. Right? So this is how the naming happens. Next is the prefix. Now the prefix, it is used to denote the alkyl group or the functional group or the substituent. Okay, and the position of that group in the carbon chain. Okay, now for example, I'm having 4 carbon atoms. Okay, this is the longest chain, and here I'm having a group. Okay, now see, if this is the chain that I pick up, then I'm having one group substituted. Okay, and this one carbon atom is present, so this group, it will be named as methyl. Okay, so, and on which carbon atom? It is on second, so 2-methyl. Okay, so this is the basic thing. Next is prefix. It also is indicating the substituent or functional group, and also it indicates how many functional groups are present, like di for 2, tri for 3, and tetra for 4 groups of any similar or same kind of group that is present. Okay, so this is the basic thing about the nomenclature. Now we will be seeing some of the rules of nomenclature that we should be following. All right. The very important I'm sorry, and the very first rule that we have to follow over here is identify the longest carbon chain. Okay, so this is our rule number 1, and this longest carbon chain, it is known as what? It is known as parent chain. All right, now see, I'm having over here, I'll just give you example. Okay. This is my basic structure. Okay. Now, if we are told that we have to name this compound, first of all, our very first rule is that we have to identify the longest carbon chain. Now, which chain I will be selecting? See, if I select this chain, it is having how many carbon atoms? 5. Okay. And if I select this chain, that is, just a minute. Okay, so if I select this chain, that is from this one to here. Now, in this case, how many carbon atoms I am having? 3 and 3, 6. So, which chain I will be selecting? I will be selecting this chain. Okay, the one which is colored blue. Why? Because it is having the largest number of carbon atoms. Okay, now next rule that we have to follow over here is we have to identify all the substituents. Now talking about what is meant by substituents. So what are substituents? These are those atoms or group of atoms which are separated from the parent chain. Now in this case, this will be our substituent. Why? Because this is not coming under our main carbon chain, right? So if I go for, let's say, okay, this is my basic structure. Now see, if I select the longest carbon chain, this will be my longest carbon chain, okay, of 7 carbon atoms. Now you can see that this particular carbon, it is not present in the chain. So it will be what? It will be acting as a substituent group. Okay. I hope the second point is very much clear to you. Now, the third point says that how to start the numbering of carbon chain, right? I'm saying over here there are 7 carbons, right? So I can start the numbering from here also and I can start numbering from here also, right? But what is the correct method? No, I cannot start numbering from anywhere. There has to be a certain rule. Okay, now what is that rule? We have to start numbering in such a way that the substituent, it gets the lowest number. So number the carbons in a manner that substituent gets the lowest number. Now let's understand this thing by one example. I am having, we will be taking 2 examples. Okay, so this is okay. So over here, this is my longest, this is my structure. Okay. Now, if I have to select the longest chain, okay. So obviously this is containing 5 carbon and here I am having 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this will be my longest chain. Okay. This is my longest chain, right? Now, as we were told that we can start or we should be starting the numbering from the carbon atoms such that the substituents are getting lowest number. Now, if I start numbering from here, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here this group, substituent group, it is getting the number 5. And if I start from here, it will be 1, 2, 3. So we will be starting numbering from this carbon. Why? Because here in this case, I am getting the substituent group on the third number of carbon. Okay. So how I will be writing it? Yeah. So this was our chain that we had selected. And here the numbering will start from 3. Okay, so it is 3 and the group is methyl having only one carbon, so it will be 3 methyl. If there are 2, it will be 3 ethyl. Okay, now what if the same substituent is occurring more than one time? Okay, so if there is same substituent which occurs more than once, okay, so we will be giving the location of each point like 2 comma 4, 2 comma 6, etc. Okay, and in addition to that we will also be writing how many times it has occurred. Like if 2, we will be writing di. If it is 3, we will be writing tri. Okay, so for same substituent group, there are certain things that needs to be followed. Okay, so first is give location of each point, okay, wherever the substitution is occurring. Okay, then you have to write a prefix. Okay, so give the number of times, give the number of times substitution group occurs. Okay, for example, let us see or let us understand it through one example. This is my chain. Now the chain that we will be selecting is of course the straight one because it is having largest number of carbon atoms, that is 6. And I will be starting numbering from where? From this carbon, because over here I will be getting lowest number for the substituent groups. Now see, there is one group attached on second carbon and one group which is attached on the third carbon also. Okay, so over here what is the condition? We will be writing 2 comma 3. Okay, so I am writing separately for each group. Okay, so this is same group, right? CH3, CH3. So 2 comma 3. Now how many times? Okay, this is methyl group, correct? How many times is this methyl group coming? 2. So for 2 we use dimethyl. Okay, if it is 3 times, you will write tri, 4 times tetra. Okay, and then we will be giving the name of the longest carbon chain. How many carbons it is having. Okay, so this is the basic method. All right, now next option or next point that we need to remember is, see, it's not necessary that all the time we will be having same group only on different carbon atoms. Okay, so in the case we are having two or let's say more than two substituents. Okay, so how do we use it or how do we write it? We write it in the alphabetical order. Okay, so if there are two or more let's say different type of substituents, we are having alcohols, we are having aldehydes, we are having alkenes, etc. So we use the alphabetical order, okay, using their base name. Okay, now next is, all right, just let me write here. Okay, now next is the cyclic hydrocarbon. Okay, if I'm having a cyclic structure, let's say this. Okay, so what we will be having, we will be giving a prefix as cyclo. Okay, so this is the prefix which is given. All right, so I hope that you might have understood. Now we will be seeing some of the important questions. Okay, and we will be taking into consideration all these points, and then we will be writing or giving the IUPAC name. Okay, now the first one, it is CH3, CH, CH2, CH, CH2 and CH3. Over here I am having CH3, CH2, CH3. Now see students, this is my one structure. Okay. Now See, what are the things possible? First, I will be selecting the longest carbon chain. So one chain is this one. Okay, that I can select how many carbon atoms are present here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If I talk about this carbon chain, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that is also containing 6. And of course, this cannot be the case. Okay. Now, just a minute. Yeah, so this is the longest chain that we are selecting, right? Now over here, see, there are two groups which are attached. First is this, and the second one is this. One group is what? It is containing one carbon, so it will be named as, just a minute. Yeah, it will be named as methyl. And this group, it contains two carbons. Okay, so it will be named as ethyl. Now we just now saw that if we are going for the numbering, okay, and there are different substituents, what we will be using? We will be using the group which gets the lowest number. Okay. Now see over here, if I start numbering from this point, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Either 3 and 5 is the numbering, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 or 4. So you can say, we can say that 2 and 4 is the lowest numbering. Okay. Now, if we are going to write the name, then alphabetical order is that we should follow. So what is the numbering? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So on fourth, because E comes before M obviously, right? So on 4 we have 4 ethyl. On second, that is on 2, we have methyl. And see, all the chains, they have got a single bond, right? So this is alkane. And how many carbon atoms are present in the longest chain? 4. So 4 ethyl, 2 methyl hexane. This is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay. All right. Now let us go for the second question. Our second diagram, or the second structure, it is CH3, CH, CH2, CH. Okay, this is my second structure. Okay, now if I need to select the longest carbon chain, okay, if I start from here, let me show you by highlighting it. Okay, now see, if I start from here, that is from here, then it will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So that is my longest carbon chain. Okay, this becomes my longest carbon chain. There is no chain which is longer than this. Now time for numbering. Okay, how to start the numbering? Let us see. If I start the numbering from this point, what is the numbering that I'm getting? I'll be getting the substituent group on 1, 2, 3, 4. One is on 4th carbon and one is on 5th carbon. And if I go for other numbering, I'm getting it on 3rd and 4th. So obviously I will be using 3 and 4. Now let us see what is the group that we have attached on 3rd and 4th. So on the 4th, it's C2H5, that is ethyl. And on this 3rd carbon, we are having 2CH3. Okay, so it is methyl group, right? Now how to write? In the case of writing the name, first we go for the alphabetical series. So it is on 4th carbon, we have ethyl. Okay, that is sorted, I think. Now see. Okay, so over here on the 3rd carbon atom, we are having two groups. So we will be writing Okay, this 2 is methyl. Okay, so let's write methyl. Now, how many times is methyl group occurring? 2 times. So for 2, we write dimethyl. And on which carbon number is this group coming? On third. So you should be thinking, okay, it's 4 ethyl, 3 dimethyl, and then heptane having say 7 carbon atoms. But no, this is not the case. Over here, what is the thing that you should remember is, however time the group is coming, you have to go for numbering, that time, that particular number. Okay, for example, here methyl group, it is coming 2 times, so you will be writing 3 comma 3. If it is 3 times, 3 comma 3 comma 3. This is the case you should be writing. Hello, good morning, it's good afternoon. Okay, so it's 4 ethyl, 3 dimethyl, and heptane. Why? Because the longest carbon chain, it contains 7 carbons. Hope that is very much clear to you. Okay. Next is, okay, let's have a cyclic structure now. So if I go for a cyclic structure, this is my cyclic structure. Now how to name it? See, if I go for the cyclic structure, this is my cycle, right? You can see that this is my cycle. So how I will be writing, this is the cycle. If I select this cycle, what will be the condition over here? Just a minute. Yeah. So the cycle, it contains how many carbons? 3. So we will be using prop. Okay. Now, as I told you, in the cyclic structures, we write cyclo. Okay. Then prop and N, because it is alkane, right? And what is the group that is attached? That is methyl group. So it will be named as methyl cyclopropane. Okay. Hope that is very much clear. Now let's move on to next question. All right. Now, we will be taking the case of alkyl halides. Now, what are alkyl halides, and how do we name them? So here alkyl halides, the substituent group, it is halogen. Okay. Now, what are the various substituent groups? We can have fluorine, we can have a chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So what are the words that we are using? That is fluoro. For chlorine, chloro. Bromine, bromo, and for iodine we are using iodo. Okay, so that is our case. Now for example, I am having a structure that is CH3, CH, CH, CH2, CH3. This is my structure. Okay, now see, if I need to select the carbon chain, so this is the chain that I will be selecting. It has got 5 carbon atoms in it, right? Now how many groups are present? There are 2 groups. One is chlorine and one is methyl. Okay, now how to start, or where to start the numbering from? If I start it from here, I will be getting the groups on 3 and 4, but if I start from here, I will be getting it on 2 and 3. Okay, same thing we are applying over here alphabetically. So 3 chloro, then 2 methyl, and the name of the longest chain, that is pentane. Okay, all right. Similarly, if I go for another, that is okay. Now see over here, there is another thing that we need to notice. If I start the numbering, okay, however I start the numbering, the groups it will be on 2 and 3. Okay, so either 3 will be on methyl or 3 will be on bromine, right? But over here we will be giving more preference to bromine, and we will be starting numbering from here: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it will be named as what? 2 bromo, 3 methyl, and longest chain is 4 carbons, so butane. All right, hope that is very much clear. Okay, now let us move on to the naming of alkenes and alkynes. Okay, so if we need to go for alkenes and alkynes, there are certain rules that we should take care of first. Okay, now how to start naming over here? We are selecting the numbering in such a way that the bonds, the double triple bond, they will be having the lowest number. Okay, so we should start numbering such that the multiple bond have lowest number. Now over here, the YNE at a lower number than ENE, but that is okay. What is the thing that you should be going for? Always lowest number possible. Okay, now just a minute. Yeah, okay, so after that, the third point it is, if we are having the branched chains, okay, over here the parent chain, of course it will be having longest number of carbon atoms, and it should also have the double and triple bond. Okay, now let us start the numbering. Okay, we will be understanding these things by example. Only thing that you need to remember over here is multiple bond, they have been given more preference. Okay, all right, so let's quickly start. So if I'm having the compound CH3, CH, CH, CH2, CH and CH2. So over here I am just having the double bond. That means alkene. Now I can start the numbering in two ways. Okay, so let's suppose that I am starting the numbering once from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And the other numbering that I start can be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now see, what are the groups that are getting the lowest number? If I go with this part, then the double bonds are on second and fifth carbon atom. So either I will be getting second and fifth, or I will be getting first and 2, 3, 4 and fourth, first and fourth. So obviously I will be picking out what? The 1 and 4th one. So how I will be naming it? 1, 4. How many carbon atoms? Hex, 6 carbon atoms. Hexa, okay. Now how many times is the double bond coming over here? 2 times, so di. And what is the double bond suffix? ENE. So 1, 4, hexadiene. That is its IUPAC name. Hope that is very much clear. Let's have the another example in which we will be taking both the bonds double and triple. Now see, if in this case I'm having a double bond also and a triple bond also. So of course I will be starting the numbering from this carbon, right? Because here I am getting the groups on first and third carbon. Okay, now how I should be giving the name. So first of all, on third carbon I'm getting a double bond which gets a more preference. So 3 pent En. Okay, for what? for a double bond, and on first carbon atom I am having the triple bond, that is YNE. So that is its IUPAC name. Okay. Now let's have another example before moving on to the next category. Over here I am having CH3. Okay, this is my structure. Now let's see how we will be starting the numbering. Okay, so this is the longest carbon chain that we will be selecting, right? Now if I start the numbering from this, I will be getting what? Just a minute. Yeah, if I start numbering from here, I will be getting the double bond on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6th carbon. Okay, so that is actually wrong. Okay, why? Because double bond has got most of the preference. Okay, so that will be our wrong numbering. Okay, we will be starting the numbering such that the double bond, it gets the lowest number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now on 5th carbon there are methyl groups, and how many methyl groups are present? 2. So 5 comma 5, 2 times. Okay, why? Because 2 times methyl group is present. Then dimethyl. Now the longest carbon chain is what? Hex-1ene or 1-hexene. Why 1? Because on first carbon atom there is a double bond. So that will be its name. Hope that is very much clear. Okay. All right. Now let's go for the hydroxyl group. Okay. Now hydroxyl group, it is the OH group. Okay. Alcohol. Okay. Here the suffix is OL. Okay. Now let us see how we start or how we give the naming. If I'm having the structure as CH3, CH, CH, CH2, CH3. Okay. Now, selecting the longest carbon chain, I hope that you are very much comfortable with that thing now. So we will be selecting this chain. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so we will be selecting this chain. Okay, now how we are going to get the name? So this is the group and then this is the group. So we will be giving the name, or we will be giving the preference to this. Okay, of course the numbering is also coming less from here only. So it will be 3. On 3 we are having methyl. Okay, and then what is the case? On 2nd we are having hydroxyl group. So we can write 3-methyl pentane 2-ol or 2-pentanol. Okay, so that is the name of this group. I hope that you might have understood this one. Okay. Now let's have another example from the double and triple bond part. Okay, so if this is my structure, so this has this will be a bit confusing. So let us see how to name this. Okay, so this is my chain. Okay, now see what or which chain are we going to select, in which there are now maximum number of the double and triple bond. Okay, so over here we will be selecting the chain that is going to have maximum number of double and triple bond, and this is this particular chain. Right. Now from here I will be starting numbering, and in the case in the numbering I will be giving more preference to what? A double bond. So I will be starting the numbering from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All right. Now let us see how do we name it. So I will be naming it how? So on 3 and 4, there is a same group, that is propyl, 3 carbon atoms. So it will be named as propyl. So on 3 and 4, 2 propyl groups. So dipropyl. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so on 3 and 4 we are having dipropyl. Okay, now first of all let's talk about the double bond. So double bond, it is coming on 1 and third carbon atom. So how I will be writing 1 comma 3. How many carbon atoms in the longest chain? Hex. Okay, and 2 double bonds, so diene. And there is 1 triple bond over here, so I will be writing 5YNE. So that is the IUPAC name of this compound. All right, hope that is very much clear, right? Okay, next let's go for another example of the alkane. So the structure is somewhat like this. Okay, this is my structure. Okay, now see over here how to start the numbering. Yeah, so if I start the numbering from this, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, then this is the group which is left, so I cannot go for this numbering. Okay, now let's go, or let's see what other numberings can we give. Now I will be selecting which numbering. I'll go for this. Is having how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, now what are the things, or what are the points that we should remember over here? In this in this particular chain I will be starting numbering from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 carbon atoms are present, so it is on second, on third and on fifth carbon atom. How many groups are present? There are 3 methyl groups, so trimethyl. And on the fourth carbon it is 3 carbon group, that is propyl. And the name of the longest chain, it is heptane. So this will be our IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, I hope that is very much clear. All right, so these are some of the rules that we have taken into account today to learn the numbering, or to learn the IUPAC nomenclature. Okay, let's have some of the examples and then we will be moving forward. Okay, so if I take a group, let's say okay, so this is my triple bond. Okay, now how many carbon atoms I am having over here? 4 carbon atoms, right? So however I start the numbering, the carbon, it will be numbered as 2. So what will be my IUPAC name over here? But 2 and YNE. Why YNE? Because there is a triple bond. Okay. All right. Next is, okay, let's go for next. Okay. So over here, if I go for the longest chain selection, it will be this chain having 7 carbon atoms. Okay. Then on the third carbon, there is one group, 2 carbon atoms, which means ethyl group is present. So 3 ethyl, and the longest chain is heptane. So it will be named as heptane. I hope that is very much clear to you. All right, now let's take some of the examples, more examples, and now we will be taking the example of alcohol. Okay, now see. Okay, so this is my compound. Now over here, see, how will I start the numbering? I will be starting the numbering from here. Why here? Because here I am having a hydroxyl group, which will be getting the lowest number. So 1, 2 or 3, with whatever I want to go for. So on first of all, the longest carbon chain, it is having 3 carbons. Okay, and on second I am having methyl. So on second I am having methyl. Longest chain is propane, and on one it is hydroxyl group. Okay, similarly, if I'm having another structure such as CH3CH, okay, this is my next structure. Okay, now how to start the numbering? Of course, the one which is getting the lowest group. Okay, so I will be starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 carbons are present over here. Okay, now how will we start the numbering? First of all, we will be following the alphabetical law. So on second carbon, it is what? Ethyl. Then on the fourth carbon, we are having methyl. The longest chain, it is pentane. On one, we are having hydroxyl group, that is OL. So 2 ethyl, 4 methyl, pentane, 1 ol. Okay, so these are the basic rules that we need to follow. Okay, all right, so I hope that you might have understood everything that we have covered today. All right, if there is anything, please let me know. Now, talking about a very important information, students, Unacademy presents Prodigy. So this is a test, a live test for class 7 to 12th learners. Now, why is this test amazing and why should you take it? Because over here you can win the scholarships and prizes while testing your knowledge and mental ability. So students, you can enroll yourself right now for free. See, the test has already taken place on January 23rd, 29th, and 6th of February. Now it's last chance for you. That is on 13th February. So students, please enroll yourself. Please take this test and win the amazing prizes. Now, this test, as I told you, that it is scheduled to happen on 13th of February, and all the students of grade 7 to 10, your test schedule is 12 noon. So please don't forget, please try to attend this test because you are going to win amazing prizes. Okay, so the rank 1, so student will be getting MacBook Air. The rank 2 and 3rd students will be getting Apple iPhone. The rank 4 and 5 will be getting Apple iPad. 6 to 40 rankers will be getting an Amazon Echo Dot. Rankers from 41 to 100 will be getting Amazon vouchers. Now, if you're having the rank between 1 to 10, you will be getting 100% scholarship. If your rank falls between 11 to 25, you will be getting 75% scholarship. If your rank falls between 26 to 100, your scholarship it is 50%. Rank between 101 to 200, scholarship is 25%. And rank between 201 to 500, your scholarship is 15%. So this is how you will be getting scholarship, and this is how you will be winning the exciting rewards in every test. Next is the upcoming batches students. So as you know that we are going to have the crash course batches, okay, to make you revise all the concepts, to give you the doubt clearing sessions, to give you the answer writing techniques, okay. So there is this batch which has been started from 7th of February. Students, here physics will be taken by Ayushi ma'am, biology is taken by Shikha ma'am, and chemistry is taken by me. Please try to enroll yourself into these batches because you are going to achieve maximum out of it. And if you are subscribing for grade 10, you will be getting the subscription of grade 11 and 12 absolutely free. So that is again an amazing thing. Kindly go avail this opportunity. And also you can download the PDF of the classes, okay, and please try to subscribe, okay, and press the bell icon so that you do not miss out any update from Unacademy. Okay, so students, please download the Unacademy app and visit the special classes. You're going to love them. And also try to join the Telegram channel to receive all the regular updates. I hope that you might have understood everything. Now we will be meeting in the next class with amazing sessions. So please attend the sessions and let us help you in your examination preparation. All right. So thank you. Let's meet in the next class. Till then, keep learning, keep studying, and all the very best for your examination preparation.